Welcome to 843 TV. I'm your host, Wayne Morris with WHHI-TV.
And I'm your host, Carrie Manning from the Village Spa.
And today we're coming to you from the Hilton Head Island Airport, and we are in front of a sculpture here that was donated by the Community Foundation of the Lowcountry's Public Art Fund.
And another reason that we're here at the airport is there's some major improvements, which is really exciting for everybody. One being the extension of the runway will just be great for travel, tourism, make everything a little more convenient. So that's very exciting news for the airport.
Big time stuff for us. And also from the Community Foundation of the Lowcountry, our first guest is Dudley King. He is on the board of directors for the Community Foundation of the Lowcountry.
Yeah, so he's in here going into a little more detail about this and what else they have going on. And then our second guest is Tony Masterpole. He is here representing the Don Ryan Center for Innovation, talking about his new company and his invention, I guess would be an appropriate thing to say, is the Freedom Toilet Seat. And it's going to change people's lives, so stay tuned for that. Our last guest is Morgan Canty. She's an intern at WHHI, and she's going to tell us all about her duties at the station, how she found us, and what her future goals are. So stay with us. It's going to be a great episode of 843 TV. Where communities come to speak.
TV, where Bluffton comes to speak.
Where Spring Island comes to speak.
Where Hilton Head Island comes to speak.
Where Port Royal comes to speak.
.843 TV,
where communities come to speak.
Welcome to 843 TV. We're here this morning with Mr. Dudley King. He is the member of the board of directors at the Community Foundation of the Lowcountry. Thank you for being with us. How are you today?
Great, thanks. Years ago.
So tell everybody a little bit about the Community Foundation of the Lowcountry.
Well, it's one of 750 community foundations in the country. It started about 20 years ago when the hospital was sold, and that created a $20 million endowment. Since then, we're up to 300 funds. With a value of about $700 million. And through those funds, we've given away $54 million in grants, 30 years.
It's amazing how much you guys actually give back, and a lot of people really don't know what all that you do, so it's always interesting to find out. But you're a member of the board of directors at the Community Foundation, so how did you initially learn about this foundation?
Well, I've lived here for 30 years. I remember when the hospital was sold. I remember when it was set up. But I was closely involved or impacted by the Community Foundation when I was a member of the Children's Center Board of Directors. I was very involved with building the new Children's Center and raising the money for that. And the Community Foundation gave us $400,000 towards that effort, and I don't think we could have built that facility.
Nice start.
Right, right.
So Dudley, what caused you to be interested in serving on the board?
I like to get involved with the community, and I found over time that I like to get involved with one or two organizations at a time. The Community Foundation really allows you to get very involved in the board. It's a very active board. You can do as much as you want. For example, I'm chairman of the Grants Committee. I'm a member of the Governance and Planning Committee. I'm a member of the Finance and Investment Committee, and I'm a member of the Public Arts Committee. So you can, and those are all different areas, and you can really get involved and know what the Community Foundation is doing.
They touch so many different categories too. I mean, it's kind of like you're involved in a lot of different things just by joining this one board. I mean, it's so diverse.
You're right. The Community Foundation does a lot more than just give grants. It deals with nonprofits, it deals with donors, it deals with individuals in the community. And as far as nonprofits go, we offer training, we help them develop their board, we tell a board member what an ideal board member does for an organization. We help with the staff, how the staff works with the board. We also provide, we set up endowment funds for them. We operate those, which provides funding for their operations. We act as a fiscal agent for some nonprofits that are too small to either have the staff or don't want to get involved with writing checks, depositing funds, accounting, and filing tax returns. We do that for them.
That's great.
We help the donors we'll set up donor advised funds. We'll even take real estate in for them and sell the real estate. If they want to donate to either us or to another nonprofit, we handle that for them. And we also try to educate donors on nonprofits, what they do in the community, why they should invest in those nonprofits or donate to those nonprofits. A lot of individuals move here from someplace else and they still contribute to their nonprofits back home. We want, and that's not bad, but we want, hopefully, they'll increase their giving to local nonprofits, and we want to communicate to them what the needs are, and hopefully they will do that.
That's great.
So what surprised you most about the Community Foundation as you started to learn more about it?
Sorry.
What surprised you most about the Community Foundation when you started to learn more about it?
I guess it's the quality of the staff. You know, once you got on the board, I was very impressed with the quality of the staff. We're growing, we're adding programs, we're adding funds, and we always seem to be understaffed, but the staff makes it happen. They're very dedicated, they're very qualified, we're very fortunate to have them.
Yeah, everyone that's come on the show has been really impressive and has their stuff together. You can tell that it's a very well-run organization. You guys have to be to do all the things that you do in the community. So you mentioned some things earlier. Is there any other maybe things that aren't as well known that you guys do?
Well, one of the things that we'll fill community needs when necessary, like Project Safe. We set that up. There's been some publicity about that recently, and that funds hookups to sewer systems for those that can't afford it. We also set up and manage the Public Art Fund and exhibition.
Which has a lot to do with why we're here today.
That's right. And the main thing we do is raise money and then buy public art and give it to the town. But we also, like this, Chris Gunther moved from a house to, I think, the Cypress, and he didn't have room for it, so he donated it to us, and then we dealt with the county and got it placed here.
Yeah, well, it makes sense to be in an airport. It really does.
What makes you most proud about being at the Community Foundation? I mean, like we have prefaced earlier, it literally runs the gamut when it comes to nonprofit, and we all know that it helps with the organization, but what makes you the most proud of since you've been involved?
Well, I guess that's easy. There's no doubt in my mind the Community Foundation makes this community a better place to live, and it improves the quality of life for many individuals here. And we do that, we impact that by ourselves, but we primarily work through our partner organizations, the nonprofits that are in this community, and we're just proud that we can help them do their job better and help the individuals here in this community.
Well, I know earlier, previous guests that we've had from the Community Foundation, we're celebrating your all's 20th birthday, which I think is a huge accolade for a nonprofit and someone who has their hands in kind of all different kinds of things. So to bring all of that together and to do it so successfully for 20 years, I think that's a huge thumbs up for the company. I think it's amazing that you guys are all volunteers for that too, and I think that's really, really important. So for someone that wants to become more involved in the Community Foundation, what advice would you give to them? You know, I had
go to the website, Community Foundation CFL, and there are all kinds of opportunities to either volunteer or donate funds to either the Community Foundation or other nonprofits in the area.
It's kind of a one-stop shop.
It really is.
Nonprofits on both sides.
Exactly.
You know? If you're a nonprofit,
so
or
whether
if
you're
a donor.
in need or whether you want to give or whether you just want to donate your time, please make sure that you contact the Community Foundation of the Lowcountry and make sure that you come right back for more 843 TV.